Now, do you think there's a serious jealousy with Letterman about Paul getting a street named after him?
No, I don't think so. After all, they did name the street in Canada, right?
Yeah.
Yep, it is. Last time I looked anyway. And that's where we're headed with Paul for his street naming ceremony.
Everybody in Thunder Bay today, Paul, knows you.
Paul grew up in the Lakeport town of Thunder Bay, Ontario, where he honed his musical skills, playing gigs every night.
So, did you play for your first time in Thunder Bay? Is this what it...
Oh, yes, of course I did, you know. Played classically trained, winner of the Kiwanis Music Festival, and then, you know, rock and roll. Joined the union at 15. I'm going to just turn left now onto Paul Shaffer Drive. Letterman is mad.
Is he? He doesn't have a street?
He doesn't have a street. So he's saying, well, you know, this is really some kind of a little cul-de-sac you have here, you know.
Look at this. This
yeah, but
is
it's pretty,
not a cul-de-sac.
No, anyway, pulling up at the auditorium on, my address is number 1 Paul Shaffer Drive.
So what do you have to do today?
Oh, we're going to be sound checking, you know. I'm going to do a few numbers with the members of the Thunder Bay Symphony Orchestra.
Very good.
So let's go.
Yeah, good.
This isn't Paul's first trip back to Thunder Bay. He comes back so regularly for charity events, there's a shrine to him in the lobby.
Paul, there's a shot of you and the Fugitives here. Did you see that?
It's me on the left, by the way.
You do keep coming back here every now and then.
Oh, yeah. I mean, my family's here, you know. You always, you know, they say you can't go home again, but I prove them wrong year after year. Hi, everybody. How are you?
When Paul found out he was being honored, he decided to thank the hometown crowd with a fundraising concert.
So what I think I'll do is I'll start just with the orchestra.
But he doesn't have much time to rehearse.
Okay, so should I hand out everybody's music? Can I help in that way?
Will you please? Yeah.
Okay.
There's only a couple of hours before the big ceremony.
Oh, hey, well, so I've got your charts here.
Will Lee has been playing in Paul's New York band for 21 years. He's here because he knows how important this is to Paul.
Oh, man. Imagine having a street named after you. Yeah. You know, it just sparked my imagination immediately.
So is he good to work with?
He's the greatest.
Rick Lazar is another longtime friend. Remember Paul's first band, The Fugitives? That's Rick on the drums.
We worked every weekend. We made a lot of money in high school.
Yeah?
We even played our own graduation. Lots happened to him, but he's always kept his feet on the ground. He's still, you know, he still chafes.
Tonight, Shafes plans to entertain the crowd with songs that were milestones in his career.
I think I left this town in '67 to go to Toronto. Then Hey Jude came out that summer. We learned it. We only played it once. You know, it was the last song we ever learned and played. So that's going to be the last song of my little set tonight.
Well, that's it for rehearsal, because Paul still has to go to his hotel, write a speech, change, and get back for the ceremony, where it looks like the whole town is waiting.
We came because we're real fans of Paul Shaffer, and we think he's a real international figure for Thunder Bay.
Thunder Bay is proud to lay claim to one of the hippest cats in show business!
Paul's a local hero around here.
He says such very, very nice things about Thunder Bay.
Wherever he goes to make music, he remembers his hometown. You honor us with what you have accomplished, and tonight we will honor you for being our favorite hometown boy.
It's the most exciting night of my life. We are family tonight, and I thank you all. I thank all of you. And let's rock a little bit. Thank you. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen. You're laughing, but this is, you know, this is what you do.
It's a packed house, and everyone, especially Paul, is having fun.
There's a guy here from the CBC show called It's a Living. His name is Peter Jordan. He's covering this, and he's a guy who claims to be able to do everything.
Another signature Shaffer moment. Paul generously invites me on stage to share in his celebration. Paul's the one being honored, but I felt honored too.
It was just the sweetest and most wonderful honor that a person could imagine. When I was a kid, that was an awfully tough audience up in Thunder Bay. It was famous throughout Canada for being a very tough crowd. They wouldn't applaud. All these years later, to go back and have an audience who really, you know, were so responsive and so nice, and to have that honor and to hear that pipe band crank up in my honor, I will really never forget it, and it was really one of the highlights of my whole life.